Finally, a date we've all been waiting for, January 31st. Good morning. This is Mervin Hanley with THG News today on THG Network. Thank God it is Friday, and welcome to this morning's programming. The news, of course, is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin, with 3 locations on the island: at the St. Martin's Medical Center, on the Punfill, and in Colbay. If this is your first time here with us, we always ask that our first-time viewers and or listeners to please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you do not miss any information on here. If you have not done so already, this is your opportunity to do so this morning or today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with our news. American Airlines CEO Robert Isom said that Flight 5342 was on a normal approach to Reagan National Airport, and that we don't know why the military aircraft came into the path of the airline. One of the many questions a Texas airline is asking in the wake of the tragedy that took 67 lives. Late Wednesday evening, an American Airlines regional jet and collided with a U.S. Army helicopter, and both crashed in the Potomac River near Ronald Reagan National Airport. There were 60 passengers and 4 crew board members, Flight 5342, and then there were 3 soldiers aboard the U.S. Army helicopter, all feared dead. This is likely to be the worst U.S. aviation disaster in almost a quarter century. According to the CEO, I want to express my sincere condolences for the accident that happened last night. That was, of course, he was speaking yesterday. We're absolutely heartbroken for the family and loved ones of the passengers and crew members, and also for those that were on the military aircraft. Our focus right now is doing everything that we can to support all those involved and the teams. This is devastating. We are all hurting incredibly. And it has been just, it's heartbreaking. It is truly heartbreaking. And it feels like, even though, at least for now, we hope not, even though it is not a terrorist attack, at least for now, it feels that way. It feels like 911, you know, and it is really, it's devastating. It's truly devastating. And as I said on social media yesterday, just imagine that one of us, our loved one, could have been on that American Airlines flight. So just before we get too busy, even today, let us take a moment and give thanks. But at the same time, many families are grieving. And I went on to say, imagine that one lady on that flight, she texted her husband, and she said to her husband, I'm landing. According to the husband, we're landing in 20 minutes. Imagine after such a smooth ride over, the pilot, the captain, flight attendants prepare for landing. All is well. And out of nowhere, after that, she texted her husband, and that was it, while he was there on the airport waiting for his wife and family. Truly sad. Truly, truly sad. Now, we move on to St. Kitts and Nevis. The St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force Coast Guard received a report of a vessel drifting southwest of Nevis between the hours of 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. on January 29th. The St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force responded accordingly and towed the vessel to the Coast Guard base on St. Kitts, where it was dry docked to facilitate further investigation. Upon arrival, police officers observed a total of 19 deceased persons on board. Initial assessments indicate that the vessel had been at sea for a lengthy period based on the advanced stages of decomposition. All occupants were determined to have been deceased before the vessel entering St. Kitts and Nevis territorial waters. Further identification documents found aboard suggest that some deceased individuals originated out of West Africa. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is working diligently to confirm their identities and to understand the circumstances that led to this unfortunate situation. The crime scene was processed by the crime scene unit, and some items of evidential value were collected. Investigations are ongoing, and updates will be appropriately provided as information becomes available. Just a few days ago, Trinidad, the same situation almost, but I think it was 5 bodies, decomposed bodies, they found off the shores of Trinidad. Now we have this situation in Nevis, St. Kitts, Nevis. Let's move on. A short story just to give you, for those of you in Antigua and Barbuda, some numbers. The Antigua and Barbuda, the Inland Revenue Department reported record revenue of $671 million for fiscal year 2024. And hear this, surpassing the 2023 total by $112 million. Commissioner Ralph Warner attributed the growth to strong performance in key tax categories, including the ABST, corporate income tax, travel tax, insurance levy, money transfer levy, and telecommunications license. The results reflect enhanced tax compliance and improved collection processes. And this is in Antigua and Barbuda. For the fiscal year 2024, $671 million. And let me repeat, they surpassed the 2023 totals by $112 million. Now, the governor of Florida, he has an interesting plan. The governor of Florida aims to utilize remittances in the effort to combat illegal immigration in the United States. Ron DeSantis intends to mandate that those transferring funds abroad provide evidence of their legal immigration status. In other words, if you're in the state of Florida, if this becomes law, I'm going to continue to read it in a while, but if this becomes law, then you'll have to show proof that you are legal in the country by showing whether it's your green card or U.S. citizenship. If you want to send money via Western Union or MoneyGram or whatever service you use. So this is what he's presenting to be passed in the Florida state. The Florida governor announced we will implement ID verification for foreign remittances akin to an e-verify process. The money transfer company must conduct this verification to ensure that you are legally permitted to reside in the country and to remit funds abroad. Okay? But there's a way around this. I'm not trying to tell you to do bad or to do anything illegal. But what's going to stop me if I'm illegal in Florida? What's going to stop me from asking a friend or a family member who is legal to send that money transfer back home or back wherever? What's going to stop me from doing that? So I'm not encouraging ways around the system, but I am thinking that this boy, this governor in Florida, who's not actually well liked, but that's a different story. This is his way of cracking down on illegal immigration, according to him. Yeah, so we'll see how far that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our news for this morning. It's been a pleasure to be here with you, despite all the sad news around. And then we have the President of the United States yesterday in a press conference that was just beneath the presidency of the United States. But that's another story. Again, I'm not going to get into that this morning. On Monday, due to circumstances beyond our control, we will not be here on Monday. But we'll be back next week, early next week, with a similar presentation of THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. Have yourselves a safe and blessed weekend, everyone.
Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are two locations, Coal Bay and on the Pondville. In Coal Bay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Coal Bay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you.
Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shot and saltfish. It's Feezes, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.